Hello, I am the news presenter. Today is the 100th anniversary of the revolution at the Animal Farm. The beginning of the event of 2022 at the Animal Farm, normally known as Meadow Farm, was owned by humans. Name is Mr. Jones. He is a drunken farmer who raised animals on the farm by himself, but he doesn't take good care of them. When he was drunk, he would come and torture them. Sometimes, when he is in a good mood, he will arrange some good food to eat for them. But this happens infrequently. Animals are subject to unpredictable suffering until one day all the animals on the farm rose in the revolution to seize Mr. John race because they didn't want to be under his care anymore. All the animals have taken the concept from animalism of the old nature, which is an old pig that every animal on the farm respect him. He said before he died that we will not behave like a human beings, and above all, there is no animal above other beasts, and all the animal must be equal. After the old meter died, the successor of the ideology were to Napoleon, Snowball, and Squealer. These are typical in the leader a revolution to take over the farm for Mr. John. And in the end, Meadow Farm was captured and changed its name to Animal Farm. At first, everything was going well, but soon the pigs began to divert all the animals in the farm to work hard by citing the pos- prosperity for the farm as the goal. The pig began to act like a human, eventually breaking up among themselves between Snowball and Napoleon. Snowball wanted to carry on the ideology of the old matter, but Napoleon only wanted the animalism in the farm to obey him until finally Napoleon used the dog first to defeat Snowball, and breaking all the ordinance for him to associate with human, which destroyed the ideology of the farm. And finally, Napoleon became a complete dictator. Okay, I'm going to you, Miss Pasharanen. In terms of what do you think about the revolution in the animal farm in as a historian? Invite you, please.
Okay, thank you, Miss Kirata. The living conditions in a manure farm or animal farm before the revolution. The living conditions are the same as general animal farms. The animals were workmen and kept working for Mr. John, working tirelessly on the farm. The resulting work is divided by Jones and used in small quantities to be consumed by the animals. Because Jones would keep it for his own eating and trade that produce. If any animal has no energy to work or useless to work, then it will be brutally killed. The revolution began when 12 years old Major, a clever and merciful pig, he called all the animals together in the barn and spoke to encourage animals to rise up and against Mr. Jones and another human to leave the farm for the better life of all the animals on the farm. And in 2022, a revolution take place. The leader of the revolution were the three pigs, Napoleon, Snowball, and Squealer. The three leaders and the other animals throw out Mr. Jones and another human leave from the farm. In my opinion, I think the most important animal for this revolution was Omega because Omega was the one who began revolutionary ideas and encouraged animals to revolutionize for better living.
Thank you so much, Miss Pasharanan. I think what the old major thing because he couldn't start the sight of other animals in the farm began torture. So he was thought of the revolution to make every animal have a better life. Okay, next we will talk with you, Miss Ratipan. In your opinion, in as present political, how was the politic that period? Invite you, please.
Okay, thank you, Miss Girata. In the days when this happened, We all know that the politics of those days were divided into two parties. The Napoleon side that was done just to make himself comfortable, to the snowball side that sought to create a better quality of life for himself and society. As a result, these two sides will always be in conflict. But don't forget that there is one that keeps making new for animals to oblivious and desperate like squirrel. Those who often spoke out for the animal on the farm turned to support Napoleon, using incomprehensible words. And finally, just going with the flow. In comparison to now, it is like a country's political system is divided into two parties. One party yearns for democracy and equality in society. The other party is trying to use its power to make a complete fit by thinking only of comforting themselves and their people. There are also people who think that party that use power are the cheapest and try to advertise fanciful policies that will sneak the people because it is that also understood that it will be possible to bring people a better quality of life.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Ratipon. Okay, and the last we will talk with Mr. Jenny Ray. Invite you, please.
Yes, everyone. I do agree with you above that everyone mentions. Today I'm going to talking about the economic system in animal farm. I will walk into the Napoleon's politics to fight serious financial trouble. The Central Committee means Napoleon has all the paintings of the unsuitable produce, and the worker or animal are poorly assigned their tasks and unusually lazy. The Central Committee, which means Napoleon, answer the question what about should be the produce and how it should be produced under the farm system. And on the farm, the main economic issue is the lack of economic incentive. The produce of farm is an essentially a public. So each animal feeding benefit are not depends on his or her contributions in the public good. And the Napoleon solved this issue through the responsibility systems. Start with the granting lands and use right to farmer the farmer use it to sell and buy products in the control price of government. And if the produce or product enough, so they can sell or eat in everyday life. um, the animal farm population has been increased while poverty and their inputs have remained stable, yet it's remained stable. In new workers do not add volume as much as output or productions as current worker. Yes, and I think that the production or life living in the animal farm is quite of an increase, no, not increase, in decrease to the not good to bad, not like the snowball imagines. Yes, that's my opinions.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Jenny Ray. And for today, thank you for all special guests. And thank you for the information about the revolution of the animal farm. And the last, I hope we will talk with you again soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
too.
you. See you in next program.